Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a little video here. Interestingly enough, we took our camper last week and we were gone down south. We went down to Gulf Shores and I came back and got to checking, and for some reason my left or driver's side tail light would not work. So I'm sitting there looking underneath, I'm checking all my wires, I'm checking everything going down, and nothing's working. The truck left turn signal works beautiful, everything does. So I call one of my sons and I go, I just can't figure out why it's not working. He goes, well, have you checked the fuses? And I go, no. And he goes, he had a truck that kept the tail lights would go out, or a brake light, and he come to find out it was a fuse in the truck, not in the trailer. I checked all the fuses in the trailer. The fuse in our RV has, or excuse me, in our RV, it has a fuse box. So I went in and tested all the fuses. They're all fine. I have a brand new 2020 GMC Sierra truck, and I thought, no, can't be a fuse in that. So I get my meter out and I test it, and sure enough, it is a fuse in my brand new truck. So just to let you know, if you go into your truck's manual, there's a fuse box, and in there it gives you a listing for every fuse and what it controls. And on this particular one, it says number 73 is my trailer stop and turn lamps. So with that, I came out, I got my meter, and I don't know if you've ever used a ohm meter, but all I do with it is I take and I turn it on to its lowest setting. I turn it on to 200. I take my leads and I put them one on, here, let me show you. And I put one on each side of the fuse. Let me see what I can do here with this camera, because I can't hold both of them. What you do with it is you take, I'm trying to do this with one hand, and you touch both of those little silver posts, and I got nothing. So I thought, well, I'll test a different one. And as you can see or hear, I get a beep out of the other one. So what that's telling me is this one beeps. I tested a couple more. Oops. Anyhow, I tested a couple more and I get a beep on each one of them. But this one right here, no beep. So what that's telling me is that that fuse is bad, needs to be pulled and replaced. So I will take and go get a couple of those, replace it, see if it throws it again. If it throws it again, then I've got a wiring issue somewhere. But I just wanted to let you know or show you that that is a very, very simple way to test. If you're having troubles with your turn signals or brake lights and all your wiring looks good, it could very well be something as simple as a fuse. So So I'm gonna go get a couple of fuses, come back, pop them in there, and then we will make sure that everything's all right. So I'm sure it will be. Okay, I'm back. I just kind of wanted to show you how this works. I have my ohm meter, which I've taken it and I've set it there on the lowest setting to, as you can see, 200. Okay, and I went and got new fuses for my for the truck where the trailer taillights had failed. And to test this, you can put it on the fuse and you hear that beep, and on the old fuse, nothing. So that's telling me, there you go, I've got a good fuse and I've got a dead fuse. So, piece of cake. Oops. Piece of cake. Now we're going to go put the new fuse in and see if our taillights work. Pretty simple to put the fuse in. Let's double check this. I just want to make sure I've got the right one again. Okay, this is my old fuse, my new fuse. So we're going to go around and we'll start, we'll put the new fuse back in. Okay, so we're going to take and put the new fuse right back in to where we got the old fuse. Simple. Push it down. I used a pair of needle nose pliers when I took it out, but to put it back in, just simply put it in and gave it a push. We're going to put the cover back on. Snaps in. I think we're done with that. So we'll go check it out and see if the taillights and the blinker work. Okay, we turned the truck on. We turned our blinker on. Now we'll go back and check the camper. And yesterday we had no blinker, but today, as you can see, the blinker is working perfect. As simple as a fuse, and all I needed was a ohm meter and about 10 minutes of time checking it. So hopefully, if you have some tail lights that are out or trailer lights that aren't working, you might take and check your fuses first before you spend a lot of time working on it. Hopefully this helped you out. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe, and have a great afternoon.